What's up, everybody? Life's Apprentice. Today we're working on the rental property, and we're going to be doing some vinyl flooring. Look here, we got we got our stairs coming upstairs, and we got this area here of hardwood that I'm going to be putting this laminate floor over, and then we'll also be doing one in the bathroom too. That'll be another video. Here we have transitions going into all these rooms, and we have quarter round going all the way around. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is remove the quarter round, all your quarter round trim here, and we're going to get this floor nice and clean. We're going to sweep up all the debris and everything like that. I got the trim taken out, I got the floor swept, and then I got this laid out. This was kind of hard to do. I wasn't able to film while I did it, because this stuff comes like carpet, and it comes in 12-foot increments. So if you need 3 feet by 3 feet, you have to get 3 feet by 12 feet, unless you can find remnants, of the right size. So this room was like 7.5 feet this way, and it's like 9 feet this way. So it's 12 feet this way because that's the roll that it comes in, and I got it like 7.5 or 8 feet this way. Right to size that I want. So I am going to have a little bit of extra, but that's not a big deal. I got this stuff for I believe it was $1.09 per square foot. So this entire room right here was about $68, which is super cheap. Now what we're going to do, I have a couple of these cut, but we need to get all this cut. This stuff does not get glued or nailed or stapled or anything like that. It's a floating floor, so you're just going right over your substrate. Make sure that it's a solid, good substrate, plywood or any sort of wood is fine. Don't go over carpet. And then we got to go through and trim all this down, get it where we want for our transitions and everything like that. Right here, I'm going to fold it underneath the bullnose and staple it down here, and then I'll end up putting a bullnose transition strip here. So now I'm going to just go through and cut all this. Everything is cut and in place. Areas like this, you have a piece of trim, so you don't have to be as careful cutting. But areas like this, where there's not going to be any trim, we're going to want to be a lot more careful cutting. But you can see how this all laid down, and it looks really nice. Now, a little bonus, because we have to buy this in 12-foot pieces, and I only needed like 9 feet, I have a 3-foot cutoff right here. It's about 8 feet, 8.5 feet by 3 feet, and it just so happens, and I was really hoping that it worked out this way, but you can see these 2 little landing spots, they're 3 feet. So we're going to use our cutoff here, and it's essentially just a bonus. Basically, I had to buy that no matter what, whether I had a spot like this or not. So if you guys have like a closet or something smaller and you're going to end up with a cutoff, you can always use it somewhere else. So we're going to end up doing both of these. We've removed the trim. There's quarter round trim around here, and then we're going to install the floor here. If you look here, I let my vinyl go underneath the carpet just because it's thin, you won't know. That's going to help keep this transition together. I cut my carpet back so that my transition strips are underneath the door when the door is closed. You can see here and here. So we're going to measure our transition strip, and we just have a standard transition strip here. We're going to cut this to size, install it here and here, and then on the stairs I have like a 90-degree transition strip. And this is essentially, I have to cut it down, but it's just going to go like that. Alright, I have the transition strips cut. I'm using this little bump up piece because the carpet sticks up a little bit higher, so I'm putting this towards the carpet. You don't necessarily have to do that, but that's the way I'm doing it. And then you can see how this piece sits in there like that. Now to fasten it, I bought, depending on which kind of strips you buy, a lot of them come with nails, some of them don't. I always get extra because these things seem to bend. but these are basically just nickel ring shank nails. We're just going to go through and install those, make sure they're nice and tight. Alright, we got all the transition strips in and the floor is completely cut. We're reusing the quarter round on this particular spot. If you don't have quarter round, you can always add it with new quarter round. This particular spot we won't be, but in one of the next videos when we do the bathroom, we will have to add quarter round, so if you want to see that, you'll have to stay tuned. But we kind of did this backwards because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so we actually painted this before I decided what I was going to do on the floor. Typically you don't want to do that. You're going to want, because see here, now we're going to have to go back through and touch this stuff up, which isn't the end of the world, but we did it backwards because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. At first I didn't think I was going to sell this house, and now I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell it. So we did it a little bit backwards, but we have our trim all back in place, and we're just going to go back through and nail it. Well, here it is, the finished product. Some of this trim is kind of wonky, but you know, we just reused what we had. Just made this look a million times better than what it was. You can see up here, we still got to touch up, we touched up the gray paint, but we didn't have a brush that was wet with the white. So we're still going to touch up the white paint when we do some more touch-ups. But pretty simple to do. And then the next video, we will be installing the floor in here. So another video you're going to want to watch. But we got a whole bunch of videos coming out like this, how to save money, how to gain equity on these houses. For what we did here to do this floor and those floors down there, this is a total cost of about $100, not including labor. And we're just adding equity into these houses, gaining equity just by sweat. If you're a handyman or a do-it-yourselfer, this stuff's really easy to do. Cheap, easy, and it makes a drastic difference. You can see we're got the new carpet, all new flooring, all done by us. Here, this is going to be the bathroom floor. We're letting it lay out. You can see all the wrinkles in it. It's been rolled up for a while, so we're going to let it sit for a day or two and let these wrinkles get out. Well, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.